I would say it looks like the smear campaign is coming to an end, but it never started, and here's the proof. Jed Wallace has requested to dismiss the claims of the smear campaign altogether. One of his points being, without an underlining tort, there is no civil conspiracy. What has Blake shown to prove that there's a smear campaign? Nothing. Literally nothing. Jed and Melissa decided to clear up some misinformation that Blake's team has been spreading around. For example, Melissa stated, "I have never lived in Brooklyn or anywhere else in New York during the period of time when Street Relation worked with Wayfair." All right. Another one, she stated, "I did not attend the premiere of It Ends With Us." So let's talk about it. In Blake's documents filed back in July, she stated, "Miss Nathan lived in Brooklyn, New York, in particular, at least during the period when Miss Nathan helped the other Wayfair parties retain Mr. Wallace." But Melissa saying that never happened. Blake continued and stated, "Nathan maintained a residence in New York on August 4th. Again, Melissa disagreed. That same document, Blake stated that the parties were in New York for the film's premiere. And again, Melissa said that never happened.
Entirely a coincidence, I'm sure.
Jed shared his clarifications and he stated, "Neither I nor Street have ever asked or directed anyone to post about, comment on, or like any social media post about It Ends With Us, Wayfair, Justin, Blake, Ryan, and so on." He continued, quote, "I have never published directly or indirectly any information or content, negative or positive, about Blake." Pro-Blake people aren't ready for this one. Quote, I'm going to repeat this for you. "I do not have a digital army in Los Angeles, New York, or anywhere else. I do not have, work with, or direct a team in Hawaii. I have never been to Hawaii." Quote, "I do not specialize in executing confidential and untraceable campaigns." Hear that? Do you hear that?
Welcome to Misinformation 101.
In early August 2024, he was hired on by Wayfair, and he stated, quote, "My job was to read, analyze, and assess all forms of media and trends taking place, and report back his observations. That's it." This really drives everything home. He stated, "I reviewed all forms of media, analyzed the sentiment of the coverage, and then provided updates on my observations." He clarified that any information that he gave went straight to Miss Nathan. And he stated, quote, "I saw an organic outpouring of support for Justin Baldoni. This observation led to my comment, 'We are crushing it' on Reddit." And did you notice how people were trying to misconstrue that quote into being like, an aha, look, it is a smear campaign. Look, we got him. No, you got nothing.
You cannot trust everyone you're listening to because some of them have been lying to you. We're about to find out who.
Here's my favorite part. He stated, "What I saw was that no action needed to be taken at the time. Everyone should let the sentiment of the social media unfold organically." And he notes that everyone was responding to her tone-deaf promotion of the film. Who else had a part in that? Ryan. He reiterated, "My advice was not to do anything at this time and to let it unfold organically." And organically it did.
Admit you made that whole story up. No, you started that fight. You calling me a liar? I ain't calling you a truther.
Jed concludes by stating that he has had no desire to torch Lively's reputation, and he believes that his financial resources pale in comparison to hers and her husband. The last line is the most important because he declares under penalty of perjury that all of this is true. Same thing with Melissa. She did the exact same thing on her letter. So why is it that every single person that is saying that there's no smear campaign and all of this is organic is saying, "I declare under penalty of perjury"? Yet Blake is silent. Why is Blake not able to do that? My guess would be this, because if you say under penalty of perjury and you are caught lying, here you go. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up. There's no smear campaign, never was. So anybody still trying to spread this lie, don't believe that. But for Blake and Ryan's sake, I will say it again. This is all alleged, so take it with a grain of salt. Do your own research and follow me for more.